Michelle G here, Bendy, Stitchy, and it is Tuesday, October 2nd. I can't figure out where I want my hair to be. I can't figure out anything. So I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm in a bit of a tizzy this morning. It's okay though. We'll be fine. We'll work through it and we'll be fine. So happy October. It is the 2nd of October. Yesterday was the 1st, obviously, but we film on Tuesday. So here we are, Flosstube Tuesday. I didn't think I had very much to show this week because I was pretty much monogamous on my stitching, but I have a lot of stuff around me, as usual. So let's start out with the best new thing in the world today. Best new thing in the world today is a little bit melancholy, a little bit bittersweet. There is an artist up in Portland. Her name is Kathleen. She does handmade wooden jewelry, mostly earrings, but some pendants. And she is bringing awareness to the fact that this month, October, is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, which is not easy to talk about, right? Trigger warning, all of that. It is not easy to talk about. I haven't experienced it, but I have very, very dear friends who have struggled greatly. And Kathleen herself lost a son. He would have been 3 this year. So he was a preemie, and he only lived, I think, 4 weeks. 4 weeks and 4 days. So, in kind of a raising awareness and remembrance of him, his name was Nicholas Dean, in a raising awareness and remembrance of him, she is giving 10% off of everything in her shop all month, and $3, because he would have been 3 this year, from every purchase goes to her charity of choice, which is called Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep. It's a nonprofit organization. They have volunteer photographers that take remembrance portraits. Sorry. Volunteer photographers that take remembrance portraits of their babies and the families, so they can remember them. I'm sorry, I didn't think I was gonna. Anyway, here's her Nicholas. He's an angel, and here are examples of the things that are in her shop, right? So, and they're wood. They're so cool. I see needle minders on a lot of these. I made my order last night on October 1st, and I will show you guys what I got. Long because she's in Portland. Look at hedgehogs, right? Yesterday started the hedgehog sale. So yeah, this is just a good way to support a woman, support small business, support a charity that means a lot. And what I'm gonna do, even though we're raising money for Alzheimer's, right? And enough is never enough when it comes to raising money for charities, but this week's Alzheimer auction on Instagram, it's not going to go to Alzheimer's. It's going to go to this charity that Kathleen has chosen to support. So know that now, that when you bid, so the needle minders and everything from last week, they're going to Alzheimer's still, but the thing we bid on this week, and actually the auction thing is going really well. So I think I'm not going to do crazy live sales except for Alzheimer's, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the auctions rolling every week on my Instagram page, maybe only 1, maybe only 2, and we're just all together. We're going to pick a charity every month, right? And every month we're going to support that charity. So I'm still going to be wrapping up the Alzheimer's sales, but this month our charity is that one that I just said, whose name I don't. Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep. So that's our charity this month. Get excited. Because I think this is a thing, right? And not everybody's going to give every month, and not everybody's going to give a ton of money, but like we are doing, and we have done amazing stuff for Alzheimer's, and I think that we can spread that love, right? Because Alzheimer's is near and dear to my heart, but there are so many good charities to support. So we're doing it. That's the thing. I'm doing it at least. So if you guys want to come along for the ride, please come with me. It's so much more fun if you have friends. Okay, so that was 5 minutes. My second best new thing in the world today is, I don't know if you guys watch Instagram stories or if you saw my Instagram story, but there was a bit of a explosion over on Flosstube, at least in my world, because Heather, Link is my homeboy, she posted a post that said in her story, respond to this with your favorite emoji and I'll go through your feed and I'll find your favorite thing and I'll feature it in my story. And the hashtag is, hopefully I put that in up there, community over competition. Hashtag community over competition. And it was awesome. I cannot tell you, probably like 25, maybe close to 30 people responded to my post, and I went through everybody's feeds, and it was Saturday into Sunday, and I was just scrolling Instagram all day, and it was awesome because the stuff I found was gorgeous. And I got so many messages from other people like, hey, I found a bunch of new followers just from watching your stories today, and I've been trying to watch other people's stories and find new people, so check out that hashtag community over competition. You can also go, if you go to my profile on Instagram, which looks like this, you have stories. If you click on me, you'll see my stories. But down here, stories only last for 24 hours. And I'll do a tutorial on this too. Down here, there's a pink one, and it's called Community. And if it wants to load, this is all the posts I made in the Community over competition tag. So you can see it's a bunch of people we know and love, right? And I found some people it was really hard, but I narrowed it down, and I found the things that I loved from their feed, and I posted them on mine, and then other people got to. It was just really cool, and it was a cool way to like support each other and say like I see you and I see what you're making, and you know, I know a couple of things I dug deep for, like a couple people I went back 2 or 3 years and found a piece that I loved more than it, because of course you know me, if I'm gonna post a picture of the favorite thing on your feed, I need to go all the way back to the beginning. Because what if there's something that I didn't look at? So some people were getting random likes on Saturday for me from posts that are like 2 and 3 years old, but it's love. It's all love. So drink. All right. FFOs. I did FFO Scary 1. Finished it off fully, but it is for a swap. So I know I've posted it all over Hither and Yon, but I'm not going to feature it until... Number 1, I know that I can edit this video enough to put in a clip. And number 2, I know that it's okay to send and my partner has received. So possibly next week. We'll see. I know that's kind of a letdown. I did finish something though. Funny story. I finished Quotes to Live By. So I'll try to put in a picture here of what it looked like when it was finished. Because as soon as I finished, I took the seam ripper to it. So here it is, in all its glory. It was totally finished. I finished it. I finally finished it. This is my oldest whip. I started it in February of 2017. So I know that's not that old, and that's good. But as soon as I finished it, I started ripping out the quote at the bottom. Coco Chanel. First thing to go was her name. And the quote is, in order to be irreplaceable, you must always be different, or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. In order to be irreplaceable, you must always be different. So, as I'm stitching this piece, as I'm closing it on the end, one of my friends points out to me, she said, do you know that Coco Chanel has been linked to the Nazi Party? And I said, no, I did not know that. So I started Googling, and I said this in my Instagram stories. I talked about it in my Stitch With Me. I'm aware that Coco Chanel is under suspicion as having been a Nazi agent. It can't be proven now, right? Because she's not around anymore. But there is compelling evidence released by the French government, classified World War II documents that were released in 1999, that Coco Chanel was indeed an agent of the Third Reich. She was recruited by another agent, von Dinklage. I forget his first name. But von Dinklage was sent from Germany to Paris as a political attaché in the 1930s. And while he was there, he and Chanel became lovers. And she was then recruited into being an agent of the Third Reich. She also did a lot of, she definitely used the Aryanization laws that Hitler passed to her advantage. That's why her company is still her company, mostly. That's why she has Chanel No. 5. I was cautioned that I should not maybe say this on my Flosstube channel because it's Chanel is under suspicion of being a Nazi agent rather than having stood trial and being proven to be a Nazi agent. However, the fact that she had a code name, she was agent codename Westminster, and the fact that she had a number. She was like F7124 or something like that were assigned to her. There's a book. It's called Sleeping with the Enemy. I forget the author, but if I can edit, then I'll put it up at the top. And he actually started out researching an agent. It's all very complicated. It's all very spy stuff and very complicated. But long story short, this author started researching. He's a journalist and an author. Started researching something else entirely. He was researching the man who was sent to prevent Coco Chanel from getting the formula for Chanel No. 5. And while he was researching that, he turned up these documents that implicated her as a Nazi agent. So, he wrote a book. He interviewed her granddaughter. Her granddaughter said, you know, people have to do what they have to do sometimes. And while I do believe that people have to do what they have to do, I also believe that when new information comes to light, you have to choose what you're going to do with it. So I'm not saying everybody has to change their quotes to live by, because Coco Chanel was a Nazi agent. Even if she was only a suspected Nazi agent, that's enough for me to rip out her quote. I feel like leaving it in there would be an apologist statement from me, and I'm not apologizing for Nazis, period. I'm not apologizing for people who stand for Nazis. I'm not apologizing for people who say some Nazis are really good people. No. That's as political as it gets here, and I think we can all agree that Nazis are bad if you belong or aspire to ideals of the Third Reich. I don't usually say this, but we can't be friends. There's a line in the sand for everyone. So I'm pulling it out. I think I have a replacement. Got it from Felicity Stitches Jen. It's from Rumi. We all love Rumi. I just have to rechart it. So we'll see. This will be my project until it's done, because it's so close to being done. And it's totally would have been done if I hadn't gone on a crusade. But, you know, sometimes you have to crusade. And when you're silent, you're on the side that you're trying to be silent about, right? Okay. So my travel project is much less controversial. My travel project is from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. It is a Barbara Anna. It's that little mouse riding, it's the little witch riding a big mouse standing on a teacup. We've all seen it, but I have a picture. Here we go. It's called Witch Ride. It is in the fall 2018, the issue that just came out of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. So I'm not very far. I don't have a picture of where it was last time because I just started it last Tuesday. So it's just been my travel project. I'm stitching it in the called for DMCs, and it is on a piece of, I don't know what, linen, maybe 32, maybe 36. It's probably 32. I don't know. It's not 28 and it's not 40. It's somewhere in between. Does anyone else have a real hard time telling the difference between 32 and 36? I do, without measuring. No, she does not have indigestion. The mouse is dappled. Someone pointed that out to me on my Flosstube, and I can't unsee it. I can't unsee the little dookies. But so that'll be stitching up. And I have to say, another best new thing in the world today are these little pouches that I got. This is by Elk Dresses, at Elk Dresses on Instagram. And she has, there's a label in there, but this is too small. But she put up a bunch of these on her Instagram last week, and I had to get it because, look, Han and Leia. The other side has Boba Fett. I love it. And it holds all my flosses. So this one's in a Diana bag, which I blatantly stole from my kid because it was supposed to be hers. But she wasn't using it. She was just, it was in her bag of bags, and I was like, oh, I will use that. So this will continue to be my travel project. This is my swap for Midwest Cross Stitchers, which is in like 16 days. What? 16 days. Yes. So my plans, oh, and for this little guy, the little witch on the mouse, Amy Baruch is stitching it also, and she's like almost done. And I know Carrie from House of Floss and Fluff has already finished hers, and I'm sure she's going to do something adorable because her finishes are like so cute. But we're hashtagging it Tiny Rider Sal, so hopefully I can put that in there. I don't know. Well, maybe I'm just going to go like this all day today and nothing's going to happen. But hashtag Tiny Rider Sal. And that works for anything. Barbara Anna loves to put tiny things on gigantic animals and have them ride it, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it, and Amy's here for it, and we hashtagged it. So jump on the hashtag Tiny Rider Sal, and then we get, like, you look at the hashtag and you get all this eye candy of tiny people riding big things. It's awesome. McKenna, I heard you say that's what she said. Just so you know, I heard you from the future. My plans. I'm going to finish quotes, and then I kitted up my Dark October. So my plans for Dark October, I was going to, everybody's doing the wheels. There's a Wheel of Whips Facebook group now, and it's awesome because everybody in there is just spinning the wheel, and some people are spinning every day, and some people are spinning twice a day, and some people are doing like what EJ does, and they're spinning 2 wheels where they do like Wheel 1 tells you how many days you work on it, Wheel 2 tells you what project you're working on. It's all awesome. I will link it on the blog post. But I decided what I'm going to do for my Dark October. So I was going to do a wheel because I have 8, including the start. I want to start. I have 8 projects for Dark October stitching that I think would qualify in my mind. So I was going to spin the wheel, and I was going to work on my big focus project that I want to get done for the month every morning, and then spin the wheel and work on my other Dark October project every night and just do all Dark October. And then I finished quotes. And then I realized I want to finish stuff. I don't want to just stitch on stuff. It's getting cold outside. It's getting towards the end of the year. The year's wrapping up. I want to finish things. I just get this fever, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my Dark October focus piece in the morning, and then I'm going to switch over and work on my focus on a finish piece in the evening. So this all starts after quotes is finished because I want quotes done. I want to finish it. I want it done. But my October focus for a finish piece is dun, 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 Blacked Sky. The Primitive Needle, Blacked Sky. Now, let me take it out of the plastic because some people haven't seen this, and this is like a national treasure, Blacked Sky. You just can't get it. This is like the unicorn of unicorns. Mine's on loan, so I'm being very, very careful with it. It's fantastic. It is fantastic. It's perfect. It's the perfect morning sampler. And when Emily C was stitching it, I was like, I must stitch that. And then my heart broke because she was like, this is almost impossible to get. And my heart broke. So I have a very dear cross-stitching friend, and she loaned it to me, and she is amazing. And so I had it for literally months. I'm sorry. I had it for months. Oh, darn it. I just wiped my... Do you hate it when you're not being careful and you wipe your tiny needle off of your needle minder? Okay, so I had this project for months, and I'm like, I have to find the perfect fabric, I have to find the perfect flosses, I have to find the perfect everything, right? So then this came up. This is so not the called for. This is Ship's Manor June Prim Fabric of the Month in 40 count linen. And when I saw this, I said, Black Sky is going on this. Period. Period. End of story. End of discussion. Done. Okay? So then, do I buy the silks? Because it's charted in beautiful silks. Do I buy the silks? No. Because I'm destashing right now, right? I'm decluttering right now. Oh, I'll talk about that too. Decluttering. I'm carrying on in my minor mental. I'm not talking about that. I'm carrying on with my decluttering. You guys may or may not know, last month I did the RC Minimalist Challenge. I didn't post it in my feed. I just posted it in my story. And then there's a highlight at the top of my story. I didn't catch every day because I forget things. But if you want to go look, the challenge last month in September was to get rid of the number of things each day. So like on September 1st, we got rid of 1 thing. On September 30th, I got rid of 30 things. In October, I'm carrying on with it, and I'm calling it the 10 for 10 hashtag 10 for 10 clean out. Helga made up my hashtag for me because she's good at that. 10 for 10 clean out. So hashtag TENFOR, the number 10, clean out, which I put up there if I can. So I didn't want to buy new things because I'm doing really well at not buying a whole bunch of new things. You will not believe me when you see my purchase section that I'm doing well, but I'm doing well. So did I want to stitch it in the DMC? I was going to stitch it in the DMC. There's nothing wrong with the DMC. I pulled the colors and they're gorgeous. And then I thought, I have about 7,000 skeins of Fancy Floss, and I keep buying more. So why am I buying more if I'm not stitching with them? So here, y'all, is my conversion to Fancy Floss of Primitive Needles conversion to DMC of her silks for Black Sky. So I think that is going to be just fine, thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I want to hurry up and finish quotes so I can get going on Black Sky. And then my life will consist completely of Black Sky until it's finished every day. And then my focus on a finished piece. Which, after I finish quotes, my focus on a finished piece will actually be, don't tell me, Cloud's Factory Wacky Witches and Stitches, which I don't think has seen the light of day this year. That's my second oldest WIP. So that's how I'm going to choose my focus piece. I'm going straight down the list. Quotes, Wacky Witches, I'm not sure what's next, but that's the next focus piece. Because none of them are very close to a finish. And that irks me. It vexes me grievously. But it is what it is. So those are my plans. I did go thrifting. I'll show you this one first because it's in my hands. I got this tray. It's super cool. There were 2 of them, but I only got 1. It's very distressed. It probably came from like Home Goods or Hobby Lobby or something. But I have been really like beating myself up over how to finish this. Here Lie My Needles. And I just haven't been able to find a frame that I like. So I'm going to try putting it in the bottom of the tray. And it takes up almost all of the tray. See, that's how much of the tray it takes up. So it'll just get a tiny strip of this at the bottom. And we'll see. I think that'll make me happy. I think that'll be good. I also went to an estate sale. And when I saw this, I had to get it. This estate sale was like 22 miles outside of Eugene. Like, it was a drive. And when I got there was no cell phone signal. So I was taking Instagram stories and like posting them on my Instagram, but none of them actually posted until I got back into cell phone signal range. It was awesome. Beautiful house, beautiful property, already pending, couldn't buy it. But I found this little frying pan. I only went with $10 cash, which was probably smart because there was like a big antique sewing box and a bunch of irons, and I would have bought it all. But I came back with this frying pan, and one of Rose's favorite princess is Aurora, but her second favorite princess is Rapunzel. So I'm going to find a Rapunzel chart, because there's a bajillion cute ones out there, and I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to stitch it, and I'm going to say frying pans. Who knew? And I jacked that idea from one of my girlfriends that stitched it like 2 years ago for a swap, but I'm doing it. So, thank you. Amanda? Or did Amanda receive it? Lolly will set me straight. But thank you. It's a heavy little frying pan. And then I was totally channeling. I had the McKenna Tingle, which you know I love, because she just found one of these, and now I just found one of these. But I love getting a McKenna Tingle. It's like she finds something good, and then she zaps me, and I can sometimes go find it too. This is heavy. This is really heavy. So this will be my, put some cross-stitch pillowy stuff in here, put that on it, boom, done, display. I love it. Wade was actually not as skeptical as he usually is, because I think he likes this, but, yeah. Genuine teak. Oh. Made in Thailand. Okay, so, those are my only thrifting / estate sale purchases, which I did good. With the purchases, I didn't do so good. I always break down in the last week of the month. So, you guys know I love pins and brooches. How am I going to not get these? So, this is from, in case you want to go choke, I got them on pre-order because I'm psycho. This is from Homegrown Designs. You can find her on Etsy. That's not going to work, is it? Homegrown Designs. Whatever. I'll link it on the blog. But look at these. Cinderella Pumpkin Spice. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. Cinderella Pumpkin Spice. There's Homegrown Designs on Etsy. They come as a set. I got them as a pre-order. Please go get them. They have these double pin backs on both of them, so you're not going to lose them. They're not going to fall off. I'm thinking that I'll probably wear them for a while, and then I might send them to Heather to have her Dremel the backs off and make needle minders for me. So, love those. I love those. And she sent these cute little wooden pumpkins with them. which I will be gluing to something, I'm sure. Okay. And then, oh, here's another one of the, this is elk dresses and B-sides. That's all of her. There we go. elkdresses.etsy.com, at elkbsides, Facebook, email, and Facebook VIP group. Those are the little things that she makes. I also got, and they're in the other room, so gosh darn it, 2 earbud holders. And they're little circular things, and they have a key ring on them, and you wind your earbuds into a nice circle, and you put them in there, and you clip it to whatever you're walking, whatever you're carrying, and you don't lose your earbuds all the time, which is a real problem for me. So, duh. There are Millennium Falcons all over this. Seriously, if I trusted somebody to tattoo the Millennium Falcon, I would have one already. But it's really complicated. So, love it. Love it. Good seams. Beautiful zipper. Everything is nice quality. Okay. And then I was talking to Karina. And you guys get excited if you're going to Minnesota, because Karina of Bags Plus, who makes Floss Buddies, I will have a ton of Floss Buddies. And if you're not going to Minnesota, still get excited, because after I get back from Minnesota, whichever Floss Buddies I don't sell, we're going to still sell through Karina's site, which is Bags Plus, but they'll be distributed by me, so they'll just ship right out from the US, so that'll really cut down your wait time. And if that model works, then Karina and I will do that more. So she was showing me her Mira haul. She found 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 Miras at the thrift store for $2.99 a piece. So she got this for $2.99. My Lady's Garden. And I don't know if I've had this one in the past. This is how I do, right? I might have had this in the past. I don't know. And de-stashed it. But for some reason, I was looking at it with Karina, and I fell in love with it with her. So I don't know when, I don't know where, but we're going to sell this together, she and I. Probably in like 2029. I think I can pencil it in. 2029. She's a big one. She is 290 by 240. She is 290 by 240. She is baptastic. But you know what? It's all bappening. It's all bappening. You guys watch Almost Famous, one of my favorite movies? It's all happening. Well, up in here, it's all bappening. And you can hashtag that. I'm just going to throw it. And then I got some Lucy Beam. I was perusing Lucy Beam, Rebecca Nolan's Etsy shop for Lucy Beam designs, and there were a couple that I absolutely could not resist. So number 1 is In Her Garden. Come on, that's adorable. In Her Garden. And then number 2, and then I think you can probably guess why I got this one. It's called A Rose for You. A little patriotic rose lady. Look at her hair. Like, she has fantastic... Her hair is what I aspire to in hair. A rose for you. I might actually just change it to a Rosie for you, because that's my girl, Rosie. We'll see. And then Kimberly Young, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Don't stop it. Kim, Sassy Jacks, don't stop. Don't ever stop. She sent me a John James needle on a pretty little piece of fleece because I ordered. Okay, you know who needs to stop it is Gary from Fiber Talk and Nicola Parkman. Y'all and Kim from Sassy Jacks, stop. Because I'm already going to have to live to be like 300 to stitch all of my hands across the sea samplers, and I can't stop buying them. But, and here's the thing. Don't stop, because I'm not mad. Because these things are books, right? Like, this is a book. This has Crinkle Crinkle. I haven't opened it yet, and here I'm going to open it. It has so much great information, these things. So all of Nicola's charts now come with a bookmark, because this has been very helpful to people. This is the floss list on the bookmark. Now, don't pull an Eliza Bell Cox. Make sure you turn it around. There's no other flosses on the other side, but on Eliza, she has flosses on both sides. Okay? And there's some diagrams of specialty stitches. So this is Esther Benson, 1739. Now, this is a Sassy Jacks exclusive. So this sampler was designed by Nicola for Sassy Jacks. And she taught classes on this at Sassy Jacks just recently. And you can look back. I'll link up in the corner here to the Fiber Talk where Gary and Nicola talk through this sampler. It's amazing. She talks, Nicola just really like the history of these samplers and the research that she does on them is astounding to me. And then the really nice thing about it is that her history and research gets put into the chart for us. So I'm not mad about buying these because these are books. That's page 2. That's the 3rd. That's the 4th, and we finally get into the stitch diagrams. Now, are these intimidating? Yeah, yep. There's a lot of stitches in this that I've never done. Every page at the bottom has interesting, fun facts. Awesome. And then what she also, there's a centerfold. So like, this is awesome. X-Stitch magazine is still the Playboy of cross stitch. However, when you're flipping through your hands across the C samplers, don't forget to admire the centerfold. Right? Because Nicola wants you to have a bigger picture of what's going on. So this is what I love about Nicola. And I'm going to show the chart. Don't get upset because when Nicola films with Gary, she also shows the chart. And this is just one page. You can't do anything with this. What I want you to focus on is that Nicola gives you detailed instructions. Where the heck am I? Detailed instructions inside the chart. Okay? So you can't go wrong. Like you can't, okay. We've all stitched before. You can totally go wrong. I go wrong often. But she gives you so many good stem stitch apples in a circular motion using 2242/3046. She tells you so many hints in these books. I'm going to call it a book. She will tell you when there's an off stitch or like when the original sampler was miscounted according to us, like maybe they did over 1 instead of over 2 for a stitch. She'll tell you and she'll be like, look out, if you're trying to reproduce this exactly, you're going to want to mess this stitch up. So I love it. I love it. There's eyelet stitches. I love a good eyelet alphabet. See right here on this page, it says Esther went off by 1 thread to center the bottom part of this motif. Stitch motif A shown on page 20 within this box. Use 2 stitches above as your connecting point between the graph and motif A. The 2 stitches should only be stitched once. They are shown in both the chart and the motif to give you placement. So see here, all those instructions are in that box. She didn't even chart that for you because she didn't want you to be confused. So you turn over to page 20 and there she gives you the motif. You guys, Nicola Parkman, I can't. She's like next level, right? Yeah. And Kimberly Benson, Sassy Jack, brilliant to partner with Nicola. Absolutely brilliant. And there's a really, the video that Gary and Nicola made about this is beautiful. It's a beautiful video. So that one is only, hold on, what's the count on this bad boy? This is only 223 by 447. It's all happening. Did I tell you? That's the name of this video. And then Gary. I don't know. I just don't know who I should blame. Should I blame Nicola for buying all these amazing samplers and reproducing them? Should I blame Fiber Talk Gary for showing them all to us in such amazing detail? But I was watching Fiber Talk again. Should I blame myself for watching Fiber Talk too much? I was watching Fiber Talk again, and Gary and Nicola at it again. Esther Bevan, 1835. Julie, are you listening? There are 46 birds on this sampler. I want you guys to look, and I'm going to put it up in the corner, the little tile to click on. If you click on the tile, when a little dot shows up in the corner up here, if you click on it, it'll take you to the video that I'm referencing. So all of my crying about Gary and Nicola making me buy all the charts, if you click those dots, you too can be made to buy all the charts. You're welcome. So the thing that struck me about this is, look at that border. Have you ever seen a border? There's just, this pen is not, it's not clicked. Look at these birds. There's an owl here. a goose. I think that's a goose. There's a boy with a chair. That's a squirrel in the border. I don't know if that's a cow or a sheep or a dog, but I'm here for it. Birds, all the birds in the border. All the birds. I've never seen a border like this. And then these birds are fantastic. Those birds are going to be stitched on their own and made into pillows. When I'm 97. Just absolutely fantastic. And then there's a little girl with a chair to match the little boy with a chair. There's butterflies. Right? And don't forget, it gives you, again, Nicola gives you the pointers inside the chart. Oh, she gives you beautiful detail pictures of some of the motifs. I don't know where that caught me. It has quotes on the bottom. Good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they are always there. Many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends will leave footprints on your heart. And she gives you, so here, it's like a table of contents, because the page where these show up is, like this is on page 12, that little cow sheep thing. Perfect. So well thought out. Not as much information on Elizabeth Beavan as there was on Esther Benson, but I'm here for it. 311 by 461. Whatever. It's all bappening. It is all bappening. So I don't know what I'm going to start. Like, what do I start first, right? I guess I stitch Eliza Belcock. I was going to try to commit to a no start 2017. No start 2019, with the caveat that I would have to start things for swaps and for cross stitch ATCs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle that, but I'm still thinking about it. I'm strongly considering it. Sarah, Stitch and Mommy, and Ann P are both doing it, so chances are good I'm going to cave and do it too, because that's it. That's all I bought. You want to see what came in the mail? So first, Audrey, Stitchy Witch, and I will be at Acorns and Threads on Saturday. A lot of people from the Pacific Northwest Stitch group will be there on Saturday. Melanie Smith, gonna meet you, girl. I'm so excited. Audrey and I are gonna film a quickie video with all the baubles we've received, because she has quite a few and I have quite a few. So let me show you the ones that came this week. Mr. X Stitch, Jamie Chalmers, is doing an installation, and he is doing these. He designed these freebie patterns, and he calls them baubles. This one is, holy cow, yes, you're right, that's DMC metallic. What? She said it was awful to stitch, but I will argue that the result is so worth it. Audrey and I are going to do a video just showing all the baubles that we've received, and then we're going to send them all to Jamie. This one's from Linda. I'm going to hide, people put their information on here, so I'm just going to hide their information. Look at how pretty that is. And Linda included, this is Anchor Marlet number 819 and Silken Colors Irish Blues. So I'm guessing the variegated is the Silken Colors, right? That's pretty. Got some baubles from Sarah in Utah. This is Maui from Mo's Sale and Petite Treasure Braid in PV10. That's pretty. These are so pretty. Okay, these are from Karen. Also, Karen has KEV Studio Creations. In my head I call it KEV Studio Creations, but that's okay. I still call it DAR DAR. Look at these cards. On the back they have a little chart. But here are Karen's. This is DMC 92, 93, and 105. Look at that. That is smashing. And that is all in DMC variegateds. DMC 92, 93, and 105. I might have to put the details of all of these on my blog. This is DMC 115. All DMC 115. Also by Karen. Awesome. Few more. These ones are from Jenny, who also sent more stuff, which you will see later. Jenny from Virginia, not from the block. So this one is coffee and vanilla dipped Ada. That's a good idea. Dip it in vanilla. And this is stitched in Mosale Jafar and Kreinik 005. Oh, Mosale Jafar is awesome. Mosale is awesome, right? This is coffee and vanilla dipped Ada again, stitched in Mosale Snow Cone. Love it. I love people that are choosing really awesome fabrics. Speaking of awesome fabric, this is a Rit ice dye with 14 count Ada using DMC. How they're letting their fabric show through the bobbles. This one's beautiful. 14 count Ada, coffee and vanilla dip before stitching, Mosale Italia. That makes me want to eat gelato. I mean, everything makes me want to eat gelato. But that really makes me want to eat gelato. Holy cow, this is going to be a long one. Okay. Diane, thank you so much. She sent a thank you card and some stamps. You guys, getting stamps is the best because that means I have to spend a little bit less money on stamps. That made no sense. But you know what I'm saying. Getting stamps is the best. And then Amy Baruch, she was here in Oregon, and I didn't get to see her. But she went to Crater Lake and got this awesome postcard. It's a lenticular picture. I've never called it that. I just called it a changey thing. It's awful. But look at what she did. She sent it in this bag, which you can totally stitch on. It's a Jeanette Douglas. It's a tiny Jeanette Douglas pillow filled with sawdust that Amy stitched for me. Girl, I have got to stitch you something. I don't have to do anything. I want to stitch you something, and it's going to be good. It just makes me smile so hard every time I see it. It's a Jeanette Douglas. Amy stitched it. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Ooh, you know what? It'll be the first feature in my... Not like that, because that just looks like it's an offering. But I'll zhuzh it up. But that'll be my first feature. Right on. And then, so cool, I shouted out Amanda from Ardith Designs last week or the week before. I don't know, I get all confused. And she's a designer, and she does the, like, buy me a cup of coffee kind of thing. So her designs, some of them have prices, and some of them are, like, 0 plus, whatever. And she sent me this set of 3 patterns, and it's her Christmas designs. So you get a couple of patterns with bobbles, and then look at, can I just, like, okay, I'm like Edward Scissorhands with luminaries and Santa sleigh in the carport. Hello, suburban childhood. That's all I'm saying. I'm stitching that. And then, if you guys are anything like me, then you're always like, if I just had one piece of cross-stitch graph paper, right? And then I'm all over the internet, I'm scouring the internet for good blank cross-stitch graph paper, and I can never find it. I can never find a free printable, because I'm too cheap to buy it, a free printable cross-stitch design graph paper. So Amanda has taken care of that for us. She gave us a whole book of cross-stitch graph paper. Beautifully gridded in 10s and numbered. And, do you see this? With the centers already located. So if you start your design in the center, it will already be centered. I'll be using that. I will totally be using that. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. I'm trying to figure out where to... I get piles, and then the piles, like, you know, you guys know. Okay, and then some more Happy Mail came in. This is from Teal. I still love your name, Teal. Teal sent a Hands Across the Sea card, which I'm guessing that you guys have kind of hipped to my obsession with Hands Across the Sea. This is Isabella Ufendel that I missed out on. And then the back of these cards have a little chart that you can stitch. So she didn't even write in it. She just put a note. But you guys, if you send me one of these, write in it. Just write in it. So Teal sent some baubles, and then she also sent, these are going to be for y'all. You guys are see these are the best stamps ever. And you're going to see them showing up on your packages. So Teal sent stamps. This is also for y'all, because I have it. It'll be a giveaway. Eventually. And then this. I've never seen this magazine before. Cross Stitch Gallery. So, we'll give this away too. Not today. Oh. And she sent all the washi tape. Awesome. If I can just keep that away from Rose, it'll be a miracle. And then, this is the last thing that was sent. This is the last Happy Mail, in case you guys are bored. And this was not just a Happy Mail for me, but this was a Happy Mail for me and for you guys and for Linda Jo and everybody, okay? So, I showed you, this is from Jenny, and I showed you her, gosh darn it, sorry. I showed you her baubles that she sent, but she also sent this. It's a needlepoint eyeglass case, and it's a printed needlepoint, and then all the supplies you need are right inside here. So that's kind of awesome. I want to stitch it, but I don't know. I might use it as a giveaway. Because I really am trying to be a minimalist. I'm not trying to be a minimalist. I'm trying to minimize. So this one is for Linda Jo. So Linda Jo, I'm bringing this to you on Saturday. However, Linda Jo and I are very similar in that neither one of us could wait to open these. So I just Instagram walkie-talkied her the opening of these. So that's Linda Jo. So I won't open hers on camera. But here's mine. These are so cute. These are the cutest little hedgies you've ever seen. She got her hedgehog salon early. Look at that. It is a Quaker hedgehog. Hold on. I should have opened this up so I could read you guys where the pattern came from. This is a Quaker, it's Hedgehog Quaker by the Work Basket. It's stitched in Dinky Dye Silks. I think this is Tutti Frutti. And Linda Jo's is in Purple Haze. How cute is that? She put that adorable. I just love this. And she was like, please excuse my finishing. I've never finished anything before. I've never sewn anything into a pillow before. Jenny, I love it. It's wabi sabi and it's made with love. And you guys, have you seen some of the stuff that I finished? I love it. Okay? Because I totally understand that, like, oh, and she sent needles and pins. Needles and pins, needles and pins. Have you seen my finishing? Okay, I forgot what I was even saying. I was disparaging my own finishing. It's not bad, right? But it's just a little bit wabi-sabi. But you know what it is? It's handmade with love. So if you send me something handmade with love, or if you get me in a swap, or if you, I don't know what, but if you make something with love and finish it, and it's not absolutely perfect, that's better. Because if something is absolutely perfect, like, I don't want to touch it. Like my bird study piece that Vonna finished, I am borderline afraid of that piece. Because it's absolutely perfect. It is 110%, 394% perfect. Because it's from Vonna. So, okay. Keep it rolling. Jenny also sent a bunch of other stuff. And these are all going to be giveaways. I think mostly all. I shouldn't say all. But a lot of these are freebies, and they're all PDFs, so we can't sell them, we can't do anything like that, but I can give them away. Alessandra Adelaide, welcome. This is Love Thy Thread Halloween freebie. That's cute. Love Thy Thread Freebie Fairy. Love Thy Thread Songbird. Love Thy Thread Joy the Snowman. He's adorable. Oh my gosh. Love Thy Thread Halloween Style. Oh, look at this. Tilton Crafts Be Mine. That I might have to keep in stitch. Don't do it. Don't do it. Encourage me in the comments not to do that because I don't need it. This is Heaven. So a lot of these are older Heaven and Earth freebies that she printed out, and then they, you know, freebies come and go. These are gone. So this is freebie, Heaven and Earth freebie, Time to Wake Up. I will. I'm not afraid to do Heaven and Earth giveaways. Heaven and Earth Sunflower Bee. Heaven and Earth Beginner, Behold the Lamb. I'm not sure what Heaven and Earth Beginner is, but it's only $196 by $260 with 16 colors. Heaven and Earth, You Make My Heart Melt. Stitch and Mommy just finished that. It's adorable. And these are all just printed in black and white. They're not all designed in black and white. Heaven and Earth designs Snow Queen from 2010. That's fantastic. Heaven and Earth designs Freebie Summons Dragon. Freebie All Hallows Eve from Haid. Freebie Trick or Treat. Artwork by Randall Spangler. Freebie I Hate Water. Freebie Aurora's Garden. There's a lot. Freebie Foxglove Ball. I'm reading a lot of fairy stuff right now, so that's awesome. Freebie Bunny on Path. You know what? We will give one of these away this week. Freebie Story Keep Flower Bride. Freebie Legacy Empress. That one is not small. 225 by 406. Freebie Sea of Roses. That's probably fantastically beautiful in color. Heaven and Earth designs Freebie Christmas Animals. Oh, there's two of these. Heaven and Earth designs Coral. She's pretty. Haid Little Angel. QS Water Lily Mermaid. QS Tea Party. This one's cute. Circular. And Emerald Heart. This is from Fairy Day 2011. Apparently there was a Fairy Day series. And Fly Butterfly. Holy Hades, right? Holy Hades. So those are all for y'all. There might be one that I might keep and stitch, but they're probably all for y'all. Okay, Alzheimer's winners. So we auctioned off, I don't know how many of these there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So I know the auctions in the past have gotten kind of expensive, and I know that that is prohibitive to some people, right? Makes sense. Let me see if I can turn that. Yeah, it's sunny out now. So it makes sense that expensive auctions are prohibitive. So these all started at either $5 or $10. Or I think they all started at 10. So we still raised $97 this week in Alzheimer's auctions, which is amazing. We just did it on 8 items, which is fine. So this is, they're all from Sampling of Memories. LaDonna donated them all, and she told me to keep one, and I did. Full disclosure. This is the House Needle Minder, and this goes to Grindy Moore. She won it. Everyone's already been notified, so no worries. One Sheep Needle Minder. This goes to Zakia. Zakia, I'm throwing that into your D-stash stuff that I haven't invoiced you for yet. 3 Sheep Needle Minder goes to Deborah. This is a House. This is a Thread Keep. It goes to Beth. 1 Sheep Thread Keep to Karen. 3 Sheep Thread Keep to Ray. Which, Ray, I already sent your D-stash package, but I'll just send this one too. This is a Scissor Fob. The House Scissor Fob. It goes to Michelle, main Moose Mom. It'll go in your package too. And then 1 Sheep Scissor Fob goes to Kimberly. Awesome. So what do we have for this week? We're going high ticket again. Kathleen of Kathleen's Trodden Trail, which if you guys aren't watching her, click on that and go watch her. She rug hooks. Okay, so she texted me a couple weeks ago, like maybe a month ago. I don't think it was a month ago. And she said, can I send you a hand-hooked rug to auction off for Alzheimer's? And I said, are you joking me? Yes, please. And she let me pick which one I wanted. And now that I have it, I don't want to auction it off. I just want to keep it. But that's not why we're here. So I'm going to auction it off. I'm just looking up what she said the starting bid should be. It's amazing. You guys wait. Just wait. Okay, so the bidding is going to start at $100. And this thing is worth way more than that. So we're going to go up in increments of $10 on this one because $1 would take too long. So $100 in increments of 10. He's upside down. Hold please. Look at that squirrel. I have my choice between this and witches, Halloween witches, and I chose this. And having seen her witches also, I feel like I kind of wish I would have chosen the witches. But the witches are going to Minnesota with her for the auction, and I would be bidding on those. So it has acorns, it has the squirrel. I don't know anything about rug hooking, so I can't tell you guys a gosh darn thing about it, except that it is fantastically, that's the back, it's fantastically beautiful. Kathleen put a label on it with her information. So that'll be up on the Instagram today. You can see how big it is because I'm holding it up against myself. And she sent, hopefully you didn't get an awful butt shot, because if there was a cut there, it's because I cut out. She sent a caring for your hand-hooked rug sheet, which is awesome. Don't put it in high traffic areas. Don't fold it. Roll it lightly with the pile side out. Don't wrap it in plastic. Don't vacuum it too vigorously. Anyway, there's a lot of good stuff on here, so I will be sending that along with the rug. And like I said, bidding starts at $100 because we are not selling Kathleen short on this one. And the proceeds of this one, remember, they're not going to Alzheimer's. They're going to the other Kathleen's charity. Hold on. I have too many. I have a little. I don't know if you guys maybe have thought this in your own heads of me in the past, but you can say it. I have too much stuff going on. So proceeds for this one are going to Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep, because now it's October and we're supporting Infant Loss and Awareness Month. So all the things from the Alzheimer's sale from here on out are still going to Alzheimer's. You committed to buy things from Alzheimer's. You were buying things from Alzheimer's if you've bought something up to this point. But now Instagram auctions will go to Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep, and that'll be our October charity. Okay, let's give some stuff away. So this is the part where we do giveaways, and I do not tear magazines out of charts. I tear charts out of magazines. But last week I was tearing magazines out of charts. I don't know how I was doing it. It was magical, but I misspoke, and that's what happens. And a couple people were like, I want to find a magazine that you can, I want to find a chart that you can just tear a magazine out of. Me too. Me too, Alaska. Okay, so this is what we do every week. I do a giveaway. Please be 18. Please be a subscriber. I'm not going to check on either one, so whatever. I tear the charts right out of the magazine, so if you think that that's bad, then just don't ask for one. I also fold them up in an envelope and use a stamp, and they're like that, so if you think that's bad, then don't ask for one. I'm going to send it anywhere in the world. I'm still looking to send one of these to South America or Africa, because I haven't done that yet. So this is the bench. It's part of a 3-part series, but I only have the one. And this goes to Cindy. Love Music I Show. Cindy, I have your address. This is the strawberries. There's 2 strawberry charts, but this is the first one, and we called it strawberries. This goes to Rita Marie. Rita Marie, I have your address, girl. This is, we call this the bee, but it's also strawberries, but there's just a really spectacular little bee on it. Verpy R gets this. Verpy, you know I have your address. This is the sewing stuff. Oh, I forgot, I usually say like X number of people wanted this, but this is the sewing stuff. Only 5 people asked for this, and it goes to Zoe Robinson. So Zoe, I'll throw this in with your D-stash stuff, which I think I sent you an email about yesterday. You guys, I sent so many Alzheimer's D-stash emails yesterday that I am down to just like this many to still send. So if you haven't got an email yet, don't despair. It just means you're at the bottom of my pile. Nothing personal. If you got an email yesterday, please pay as soon as possible. A couple of people have been like, I'll pay you on Wednesday. I'll pay you next Friday. Totally fine. Totally fine. I'm not going to chase anybody down for payment until I've sent out all the emails, because I don't think it's fair, right, to chase people when I haven't even asked. Anyway, there it is. The fox, 9 people asked for this, and it goes to Jacqueline West. Jacqueline, I will need your address, so just shoot me an email. And I replied to everybody's comments, letting you know that you want. A couple people have already given me their address. Roses, this roses chart, this was a cover chart. So much goodness in this chart. Carrie and Stitches, sending this to the UK for you. And then the Forever Needle Roll. How appropriate is this? Cat Lady Stitcher. You weren't too late with your comment, Cat Lady Stitcher. Okay, let's do the new stuff. So samplers seemed to be a big hit 2 weeks ago, so I have a bunch more samplers. I think they're all probably from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts because I had a ton of them. Oh yeah, Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, September, October 1994. This is, it's just a really simple kind of white workish. It's called the Gentle Thoughts sampler. It is by Dawn Lewis, who I feel like I should know but don't. It's just really simple, pretty small, super cute. So I'd like to stitch the Gentle Thoughts sampler. This next one is a little bit more robust, and it has, this is from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts November, December 1994. It has something we all love on it right now. How much are we all loving those cardinals? Am I right? Look at that border. Dang, that border. I'd like to stitch the cardinals. Oh, don't say giveaway, because I will delete your comment. I didn't delete any comments last week, but the week before I did. This one I had to fight with myself to give away. But then I just said, Michelle, you just bought 2 Hands Across the Sea samplers. So look at that owl sampler. I'd like to stitch the owls. I'd like to stitch the owls, but y'all go ahead and claim it. They have crowns on. Heather, I know you want that. I'd like to stitch the owls. Okay, taking it back to Christmas. This is called Angels of Peace sampler. Peace and joy, and there's a place to put your family's name. I'd like to stitch the Angels of Peace, or the angels. I'd like to stitch the angels. We'll do that. I don't have any other angels. This is the last one out of the magazine. This is called the Pink Blossom sampler. It's by Pat Taff. It is very... Oh, I didn't say any of those. So, the angels are from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, January, February 1995. Oh my gosh, are you joking? The owls are from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, November, December 1994. November, December 1994. And this one's also from November, December 1994. That was a good magazine. This one is from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, January, February 1995. It is so 90s, so mauve. If you throw some cornflower blue in there, it would be even more 90s. But it's beautiful. So just think about it with the colors riched up a little bit, because look at that band. It's fantastic. I'd like to stitch the pink sampler, because that's pink. And then, as the big sampler giveaway, we have another full kit from Simply Samplers. This one is Anna Missioner, the Anna Missioner Sampler 1819 from the Samplers of Pennsylvania collection. There she is. The verse reads, "Teach me to feel another's woe, to hide the fault I see, that mercy I to others show, that mercy show to me." It's really nice. It's a full kit. It comes with linen and DMC. Not sure if there's a needle in there or not. But yeah, I'd like to stitch Anna. A-N-N-A. Quite possibly that's all I have today. I'm not entirely sure. Sure, that's all I have today. It was fun. It was fun though. I was a little bit out of sorts when we first started filming, but now I'm like feeling super great because I love filming Flosstubes and I love spending time with y'all, and it just makes me feel good. So thank you so much. Many, many mahalos. I appreciate you so much. Look, on Friday there will be a flip through of the new X Stitch magazine, which is Heroes and Villains. It'll post on Friday. I think I have it set for 10:30 Pacific time. Yeah, and go bid on the new auction and watch your emails, because hopefully, fingers crossed, this week I'll get all the emails out. And I will see some of y'all in 16 days. Till I see you though, keep sprinkling that stitchy kindness. Bye.